one factor that had halted the advance of the Reich's forces into the heart of the Soviet Union was the Red Army's introduction of the T-34 tank. Now, initially, the capabilities, as well as the sheer number of these Russian tanks, left the Germans outgunned along the Eastern Front, thus forcing them to quickly design a medium tank that had superior armaments and armor, and that could be produced relatively cheaply. Now, to guide their design, German engineers looked at the captured T-34s for ideas, integrating several of the Red Army's tank design into their own. This included the sloped armor, which was capable of increasing the defensive qualities of the tank without adding considerable weight, the wider tracks that improved mobility over soft terrain, and the 76.2mm gun, which had better armor penetration and was capable of firing high explosive rounds. Engineers ended up with a 30-ton tank, placing an emphasis on its better mobility, but Hitler would have none of it, and he demanded more armor and bigger guns, which raised the weight to 48 tons, just short of the original weight of the slower Tiger tanks. And while the Panther was intended to replace the outdated Panzer IVs and Tiger Is, it served alongside them for the remainder of the war. Now, Hitler also took umbrage at the designation Panzerkampfwagen 5, in feeling that the Roman numeral 5 was too much of a reminder of the World War I British Mark V tank, and he ordered that the tank simply be referred to as the Panther. The first Panther tanks rolled off the production line in Nuremberg in December of 1942. The initial target was 250 tanks per month, and it was felt that this goal could be met because of the tank's simplified armor, transmission, and drive. However, as the war ground on, production was hampered by material shortages and the destruction of factories. With at least 6,000 units built in total, the Panther was the third most produced German armored fighting vehicle after the Sturmgeschütz 3 assault gun tank destroyer at 9,408 units and the Panther 4 tank at 8,298 units. Now, while having essentially the same Maybach V12 petrol 690 horsepower engine as the Tiger I, the Panther had better gun penetration, was lighter, faster, and could traverse rough terrain better than the Tiger I. The Panther could travel at speeds of 55 kilometers or 35 miles per hour, and it had an operational range of 260 kilometers on roads and 100 kilometers cross-country. Now, like many of the earlier German tanks, engineers continued to use the interleaved road wheel system, and this continued to prove a nightmare when they became clogged with mud, rocks, and ice. During the Russian winters, these would often become frozen solid, and the tanks were often immobile until the wheels could be thawed out. The front armor of the tank was often sturdy enough to shrug off direct shots from Soviet guns, but to save on weight, the side armor and superstructure were made of much thinner metal. And in the field, tank crews had to improvise and hang track segments and wheels on the side of the target to mitigate these weaknesses. The main gun of the Panther was a Rheinmetall Borsig 7.5 centimeter KWK-42, and with the high propellant charge of the ammunition and its long barrel, the Panther's guns had a very high muzzle velocity, and it excelled at piercing enemy armor. Strictly in terms of offensive power, the Panther was one of the finest tanks of World War II. The tank also had two MG-34 armored fighting vehicle variant machine guns, one located with the main gun on the gun mantlet, and an identical one located on the glacis plate and fired by the radio operator. Now, Panthers were delivered to the Eastern Front in hopes that they could take action against the Russians during Operation Zitadel. Unfortunately, tank crews and commanders needed time to accustom themselves to this new equipment, which delayed the action by nearly 2 months. Now, this respite gave the Soviets time to lay minefields, dig trenches, and beef up their concentrations of anti-tank guns and artillery. On the 5th of July, the Battle of Kursk began, and the Panther's performance during the battle was mixed. The tank proved highly capable of destroying Russian armor, claiming 267 tank kills during the battle. However, the price for these kills was very high. There were only 184 operational Panthers at the start of the battle, and within 2 days this had dropped to 40. Now, while the remainder of the war on the Eastern Front consisted of the long, slow, and painful retreat back to Berlin, the Panther showed steady improvements in performance, and they were used to neutralize major Soviet offensives. The last recorded status on the 15th of March of 1945 listed 740 Panthers on the Eastern Front, of which 361 were still operational. After the invasion of Normandy in June of 1944, Panthers were shipped to the Western Front, where they reached a maximum of 432 reported in July of that year. For a short time, they did outgun the arriving Sherman tanks. However, the British began to convert M4 Shermans to carry a 17-pounder gun, and these tanks were nicknamed the Firefly. Soon the Panthers were struggling with this, as well as the close assault tactics in the hedgerows and small towns that littered northern France. With their long gun barrel lengths, heavy front ends, high silhouettes, and limited vision slits, they were often sitting ducks to infantry in tight terrain. At the end of the Battle of Ardennes in January of 1945, there were only 97 operational Panthers left. Now, for the remainder of the war, the Panthers' path continued to decline. The flow of parts and supplies to the front fell to a trickle, particularly after the bombing of German arms factories, and heavy losses of tank crews meant that their replacements were of poorer and poorer quality. This exacerbated the Panthers' flaws, particularly the inferior powertrain, which led to even more dismal performance on the battlefield. Now, for want of parts and crews, many of these tanks were simply abandoned as the German army fled eastward. As an interesting side note, the turrets of broken down tanks, if they were operational, were often removed and placed in fixed fortifications, and these Ringstande, or Tobruks as they were colloquially referred to, proved costly to attack and very difficult to destroy. In the next few weeks' video, I think I'll be covering some of the errata from some of the old general magazines to kind of help with understanding the rules. So let's start this week with General Volume 7, Number 6. And it's got a few questions in the question and answer section. The first question is, for victory conditions, do you count trucks and wagon units? And the answer is yes, but you don't count counters which contain no men, such as mines, blocks, and fortifications. The second question, are units on hilltop hexes, such as plateaus, like the hilltop on board 2, that are not forest or town hexes, subject to the overrun rule by armored units? And the answer is yes. Hilltop hexes are clear hexes. Now, a clear hex is a clear hex no matter what its elevation is. Next, if a unit is fired upon from woods hex or a town hex, can it return fire without meeting the spotting rule conditions? No, spotting rule conditions must always be met. So one thing interesting about this question is it does indicate that units can fire from woods or town hexes into clear hexes. It's something that the rules don't seem to explicitly state. Next, the terrain effects chart states that it costs a truck unit 2 movement factors to enter a clear terrain hex. Does this mean each clear terrain hex? And the answer is yes, and this applies for all movement penalties of this sort. Next question, when a unit becomes dispersed, do they still have a zone of control on the hex that they occupy? They certainly do. Enemy units can still not move through a dispersed unit, and the dispersed unit also retains its normal defense factor. Next question is, if there are several units on a hex that have identical defense factors, how is it decided which is the weakest? And you can simply attack any unit in this case. And finally, if only a transport or CP unit's placed under a fortification counter, does the fort counter still have its full defense factor? And the answer is yes. Any unit with people in it will give it a defense factor. Hey folks, this is Panzerblitz situation number 3. And it's the 1941 mobile action at the Battle of Vyazma on 9/20 of 41. And in this case, advancing German mobile units scatter remnants of the shattered Russian units during the push on Moscow. So this one is a really hard one for the Germans. So if you've ever won this as the Germans, let me know down below how you did it, because I can't figure this puzzle out. A couple things about the configuration. Map 3 will be on your left, 2 will be in the middle, and 1 will be on your right, as if you're the Germans. The north side of the map is over here on my right side, so we'll have that in place. The Russians set up first, and they're going to try to set up pretty much for a defensive position. The Russians don't have a whole lot to do during this. If they just stay in place for the whole game, they can usually win this one. They basically just have to defend. The Germans have a lot harder haul to get through this. And the one thing about the Germans is they're using Panzer IIIs. Now, in the original game, you basically took the Panzer IV counters and cut the range and attack factor in half. But luckily with the Vassal module, I've got Panzer III counters made, so we'll use those right here. And those are already halved. 10 turns long, and the Germans win if they're able to establish a clear path of 3 hexes wide from the south edge of the board to the north edge that are uncovered by Russian units or fire by the end of the Russian moves on turn 10. So basically you have to punch a hole in this somehow. Just a quick note on how I set up the units. I basically set these infantry units up in little forested and protected areas. I set some artillery back a little ways so that when the Germans get into range, I can start to take them out. Let's see. This map here on the left is going to be the easy. It's the most open. We've got that big hill in the center, and then this tough terrain down here on the south. And as a German player, I don't think it's worth trying to punch a hole down here. There's just not a lot to do. But I did set up some defensive positions. Didn't know what to do with trucks and carts. Again, since I'm playing this defensively, I'm not sure that I'm going to be moving these guys too much, but maybe I will. So I set some of the carts and trucks back a little bit in case I needed to move them into place. For the Germans to set up, I think we're going to have to concentrate forces. That's the only way to win this one. So I'm going to do that and maybe force the Russians to move a little bit. But I think I will start these guys here. Maybe they can kind of perform kind of a blocking maneuver. Actually, I think I'll start right here and see if they can kind of block a little bit. Okay, so we start with turn 1 here. I've got that set up. Hopefully I'll remember all the rules. I'm slowly getting better at this, I think. It's taken some time. I think I've played Panzerblitz now, 15 times, and there's still a lot that I kind of forget, so you'll probably see stuff and go, why is he doing that? But let's get started. I think let's try to punch a hole here first. Down here we've got a little bit of artillery coverage. I'll put this guy on top. And so we're going to move into place. Basically turn 1's going to be moving. I guess I've got 3, so I'm good there. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, I think. That's 2 for woods. I'll double check. I do refer to these charts a lot still, so I guess it's 1, so we're good there. Okay, then I'm going to move as much infantry into place as I can, which are on these half tracks. Let's see. Move an infantry on a half track and an infantry on a half track. And let's get these guys set up. And they're going to come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and unload. And you know the wild thing is that when you're fighting infantry, the half tracks actually have some oomph to them. That's one thing. And unload, and then I'm going to move here. And like I said, I think I'm going to move this guy here. Let's see, is this going to be 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I've got the problem of unloading here. Well, we'll pull him back and unload here. Got to watch that stacking. And then do the same thing here. And over here, truck is going to go 1, 1.5. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to come here and unload. And I think that's going to be all there. And then down here, going to move into position here. And come in here and unload. Maybe try to see if I can pull these pull these Soviet units out a little bit. Okay, that's about all I can do. Now, I think in the advanced rules, you can, or in the optional rules, you can actually attack from here. I'm going to say you can't right now, so we'll wait till the next turn. So, okay, and that will end German turn 1. We go with the Soviets, and they're going to try to make their little attacks here. Now, first of all, this guy can go 5 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, those guys are right out of range. Over here, this guy has a range of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we will fire at that howitzer right there. So we're going to use him. And one guy told me, I think it's pretty good for the vassal module, to show if somebody's fired. He said instead of going through that whole fired, using this little fired marker. Let's see, where's it at now? I can't find it now. I guess that's not a unit that can fire. Let's just say here, fired. And then resetting that all. He says just set your moved marker, and then you can use that automatic move. And I think that works pretty well, actually. So thanks to the guy that told me that. I'm sorry I don't remember your name, but I do appreciate it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we're going to go to our weapons effectiveness chart, and it's a armor piercing against an H, so it's going to be halved. So 12 to 2 is 6 to 1, so that's an automatic. And we will send him to the graveyard. So I the thing that I should have done is probably pulled up right here, and I would have been out of range, but I didn't think of that. So again, heat of battle. Okay, down here, this mortar is going to be able to fire at 3 to... a mortar can fire in normal if they're firing into that into these guys. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go 3, and don't think I can fire from here. I could fire here 3 to... Well, yeah, I don't think I can make that one. So I'm going to say that this guy, though, can fire. Let's just check our line of sight. Yeah, I think so. I'm not going through a hillside there, so... we're going to go 3 to 8, so 1 to 3 with a 5. Let's see, no terrain checks. Where's my CRT? There we go. 1 to 3 with a 5 is nothing. Okay. And then down here. Okay, we've done our firing. Now we can make our... this guy unloaded. I need to show that he was unloaded. Because I was going with unloading all those guys, so. Okay, we know that these guys are going to be trying to eliminate him. So I need to move some guys into place. I'll move these guys into place here, and then they can try a cat attack in the next turn. I'm going to have to move... The problem is, if these guys move... This is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, he's going to be in position here. Tell you what I'm going to do is... going to move this guy here, and this guy, we're going to basically change up position here and here. That guy's moved. This guy can do an attack. I think I'm going to move... I can do a cat attack here and cat attack there. I think I'll do that. This guy's going to move up, and oh, I've got a problem is that I'm going to lose the integrity of the line if I move too many of these guys. So that guy moves, Gonna have to move this guy 1, and then the truck's gonna move into place there. And I think what I'm gonna have to do is get this this gun moved up here somewhere so that they can keep the line going. Maybe I can get rid of enough German units that would help. So, okay. I think all of the Russian units have moved, so now it's time to make this cat attack here. And I'm going to go 8, and 8 is 16 to 24. So 1 to 2 minus 2. So we roll a 4 or 2, and that's going to be a disruption. So, or dispersal. I keep saying disruption. Sorry about that. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. So, okay, I think everybody's gone. There's not a lot the Russians can do on this. And I tried in earlier attempts at doing this module, I tried to kind of spread the Germans out. But if their units are dispersed on the left side of the map, they really don't ever have enough to take any single Russian infantry that's in a woods or a town out. So that is problematic. And like I say, if you've won this as the Germans, let me know how you do it, because I'd really be interested in hearing that. So, up here, cat attack, and we're going to do a cat attack of 5 against the weakest of these. I guess it's going to be these guys. So we're going to go 5 to 7, and it's going to be because it's in the woods. It's going to be a +1, but it's cat attack. It's -2, so it's 1 to 2 minus 1, and we get a 3, so nothing. Okay, and that ends the turn. So we're on second turn. Like I said, this is a pretty static scenario, so you're probably not going to see a lot. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, Germans get to go, first of all, firing. And we are going to rain some fire down on this unit here. Let's just do it. We're just going to do it for the 1. So we need to get at least 16, and he can hit. We'll probably follow with the cat attack with these guys. Let's just work our way clockwise. Okay. So we get a 2 for the half track, and a 4 because we're at half. So that's a 6. Here the half track give me 2 more, so that's 8. And here the mortar is at regular strength, so that's 9, 10, 11. This guy's at half, so he's at 15. 16, 17, 18, 19. And then the tanks, which can't really do very much, they're at half. So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So 1 to 1, all that, and you get 1 to 1 odds. And it's going to be 1 to 1 plus 1. And we get a 5. So nothing. All of that figuring in nothing. Okay, and I'll just put moved. Actually, I'll probably remember that, but I'll just do this just for this turn. Sometimes I probably won't indicate a fire on these. Okay. Over here, these guys are dispersed, so they can't do anything. And here, they could do a 2 to 12, so they don't have the odds to do it. And as a cat attack, they're 3 to 12, so 1 to 4 odds, so they'll have that. So, okay, any movements? Don't see anybody I want to move quite yet. So, I want to move this guy. No, he already attacked, so it doesn't matter. So I should have not attacked with him. I should have moved him instead, because he's right in range here, and he'll be probably taken out pretty quick. Okay, cat attacks. Got a 3 and a 6 to a 17. So it's going to be 1 to 3 odds, minus 2 plus 1. So 1 to 3 minus 1. is a 0. And that's a D. So these guys can't do anything in the next turn. But okay. And down here, I was at 3 to 12. So 1 to 4. And it's in a... Now, this isn't a hill. Oh, they're adjacent. Because they're adjacent, you don't have to do the hill thing. So 3 to 12. So 1 to 4 odds with a 4. Nothing. Wouldn't have gotten anything anyway. So, okay, a little cleanup. And again, the guy that told me about the move, thank you. That saves me a lot of time. Okay, there we go. Okay, Soviet turn. Can't do anything here. Firing. Still can't fire, but this guy can. And I think I'm going to fire... I just realized these guys can... Oh, they can only... I'm not sure. Okay, as this guy's considered infantry, so... A half track can a half... or I guess infantry can make that fire. Gonna unload here. I don't know why I did that, so... No, I'm going to stay loaded. I'm going to stay loaded and I'm going to move. But let's start with our firing here. This guy is got a... It's going to be a 12, but I have that to 6 and 12, I think. Because the infantry, can they make that shot? I'm assuming they can, so... So just double check. It looks like, yes, you can fire here, so... Didn't realize that infantry has quite the range that they do, but that's okay. Okay, so we're going to go with a... He's going to be halved, so he's at 6, and 6 and 6 is 12 to 4, 3 to 1 odds. And we roll a 2, and that's going to be an X, so we can, I guess it's a wreck now. It's a flamin' wreck. Okay, time to move. This guy's not doing much here. I think we need to pull him back somewhere. And so we're going to go, let's see, that's 2, 3. That's about all I can do there. Okay. Guess I need to put a move there. These guys will stay in place. He's in a pretty good defensive position here. And I could move... I think I'll move this guy here, and then I guess he's going to be on this. I need to really get ready to bug out and move over here because I may have to pull back a little bit. Okay, over here, this guy's not doing much either. He's got a really good range. Tell you what we're going to do is we're going to move this guy 1, and we're going to move in here. Yeah, put him in. Okay. Down here, this guy's a... I can move forward and do a close assault. Probably worth it. And this guy's going to move... let's see, that's a hillside, so that's 4, 5. Let's see here. Where's your terrain effects chart? Is going to be woods are 2 to enter, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we will unload Actually, we'll stay loaded here. This guy's going to move his 1. And this guy has a range of 3, so he covers 1, 2, 3. He covers up to here, so that's okay. And I think everybody else has done all their... These guys are dispersed, so they've done their thing. And now we can move against this. So we got a cat attack here, and it's going to be an 8 to 12. So 1 to 2 with a 3. Is nothing. Okay. And here I've got an 8, a 16 to 24. So 1 to 2 with a 2 is a dispersal. Okay. Well, it slows them down. That's all I got to do is slow them down. Okay. We're going to remove everything. Okay, and then this, we go to our turn, and now we're on turn 3. Gosh, it seems like we've been playing longer than that. Okay, Germans are going to go. Got to remember this guy down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's in range. Okay, so we're going to... I think I'll be okay. I may disperse, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to fire. And we're going to fire specifically at this unit here. Actually, no. We're going to fire right down here. What am I thinking? This guy made the move, which was dumb on the Russians' part, and which was me. And he gets to fire at full, so he's at 6 to 1, so... I'll roll just to say I rolled, and that would be at 2. And send them to the graveyard. And we'll indicate that they've fired. Okay, firing here, we have a 8. Actually, that's going to be a 4 and 5, 6. And then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 more is 15, 16, 17 to 16, 1 to 1 odds. We get a 2, and that's going to be that's a D. Dispersed. Okay, down here, these guys are dispersed, but these guys aren't, and I think we're going to do a cat attack. Well, let's just be a 5 to 12. The other's going to be a 3 to 12, so it's either going to be a 1 to 3 or 1 to 4. So the only thing I can do is actually just fire here, and so that's going to be a 3 to 1 to 3 to 12, or no, sorry, 5 to 12 is 1 to 3 odds. With a 1 is going to be a dispersal, and then I can make my cat attack here, and that's going to be a 3, 6 to 17. Actually, this guy's not dispersed. 6 to 17, or 6 to 16 is going to be a 1 to 3 odds, and I get a 4 minus 1 is a 3, nothing. Okay. And thus ends the German turn. Like I say, this is a really pretty static game. Okay, Soviets go, and they're pissed. They probably are going to have to move. I'm going to move here, and this guy's going to move over here. And then this guy's going to fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's 5. Now this is doubled. I just realized this is doubled. So this is a 12. Oh, wait. And that 6 fires. I always forget that. Okay, so the 6 is firing. So he's got his 12, and it's going to be doubled against these guys. So that's 24. Oh, the 6 can't do anything because he's he can only do close assaults with the infantry. So 24 to 24, 1-to-1 odds with a 2. It's going to be a D. So too late. Okay. I moved this guy when I shouldn't have. And then here, 6. And this guy's at a, let's see, a howitzer is, the howitzer's firing on an armor. And it's going to be, they have a range of 10, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite, so they're going to be at half. So that's 1. And then here is going to be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be at 3, so 4 to 24. That's not going to be enough. I'm gonna add these guys. So this is a 12 to 24. So 1-to-2 odds into 3. Nothing. Okay. This guy's done his thing. This guy's just gonna fire, and then I can move. Okay, let's go ahead and do our movement. Those guys are dispersed. Let's see. We moved the cart over here. This guy's moved. This guy's moved. I'm gonna load this guy. He's loading. These guys have done their thing. I think I want to keep these guys protected. That guy's moved. He's done his thing, so he's already fired. Down here we'll do a cat attack. This guy's moved. Here, going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Can't go any further. And here we'll move forward 1 and move forward 1 here. And that would be it. Now we do a cat attack here. And it's going to be 8 to 12. 1-to-2 with a 3 is nothing. Okay. And that ends the turn. Let's clean things up a little bit. Dispersals. And anybody here? He's dispersed. Okay. Time for the Germans to try do their thing. These guys can't do anything. I almost need to come down here and get into range to pull those guys out. Except they're in town, so I'm going to be hard pressed to get those guys rooted out. That guy could fire in. Oh, he's in a tough position here. Gosh, this is tough. Okay, let's try to let's keep our eye on the ball. So let's start with our regular attacks. And I've got a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 4 more. It's 14. 15, 16, 17. And that's going to be 17 to the 16. And it's going to be a +1. So 1 to 1 plus 1 is a 2. And that's a D. Okay. Down here, I can fire. This guy's... Oh, hey, what? You know what? I can do an overrun. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go overrun. It just has to be clear, and then I can go into the next hex. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go overrun there. And cat attack here. 2 cat attacks up there. Okay, so let's start the overrun first of all. So I went 16, 24 to 12, so 2 to 1. But that's going to be 3 to 1 minus 2. And I get a 1. Oh, okay, so that's to the graveyard. And then up here, I'm going to do a cat attack with a 1 to 4. But he's halved. No, he's not halved. It's not. So 1 to 4 with a 4, nothing. Okay, and then up here, cat attacks. 3, 6, 6 to 17, 1 to 3 with a 5, nothing. Okay, actually these guys couldn't really do anything either, so you just don't have enough. There's just not enough units to take anything out. Okay, Russians get to go. Let's clean everything up. Dispersed. And there we go. Okay. As a Russian player, well, first of all, I'm going to see about taking some shots. I can do, again, my 12 to... that'd be 1 to 2 odds. With a 6, nothing. Okay, so they've done their thing. He can't do anything. Let's see. Any more? Let's see. 10. I don't think he can see him. And 1, 2. Let's just do a quick line of sight check here. Nope, I don't think they can see each other, so. Well, and they do say that if you're going, let's see, center to center. Well, I think he can see him. So I'm going to take the shot. I'm going to say it's a 3 to 8. 1 to 3 with a 3 is nothing. Okay. And then guys are going to be moving here. This guy's going to be loading up. This guy's going to move north. Well, no, he's not. He's going to move here. You want to be really careful. Down here, this mortar's going to go 1, 2. All right. Yeah, that's about all I can do is go there. Those guys are going to stay. I think I'll load this guy up. And down here, not really going to make a difference here. This guy's going to unload. And 5 to, I don't think a cat attack. I'm going to move into the woods here. Move up here. Okay, he's dispersed. We've done everything here, just checking everything. So there's a cat attack here, and it's going to be an 8, 16 to 12, 1 to 1, minus 2, plus 1, so 1 to 1, it's going to be a 4, nothing. And I think that's going to end the turn. So we'll take off our dispersed. And we'll take that move off there. And we can move our turn marker one more. And we're good to go. Okay, Germans. We're just beating ourselves against a wall here. Man, I could try to get down here, but with him being on the hillside, the problem is these tanks just become nothing real quick. So not much I can do. This is still the best opportunity I've got there to fire. Cat attack here, and I'm going to move through here and just take this guy off. Send him to the graveyard. Not even going to roll for that one. Okay. Now this guy's in a ditch. Just ditches. He can't necessarily see out of the ditch for line of sight. He can. I guess you could fire ditch to ditch. I'm going to say they can. Okay. Let's start up here. Oh, well. Again, I moved too soon. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, here we're going to do a 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 31. Hold on. Let's try that again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then these guys are halved. So that's 19, 23, 24, 25, 26. To 16, 1 to 1 odds. Plus 1, 3, D. And I should have gone after these guys. Okay. Down here, and then we did my little move thing here. Here I've got a, we'll just fire on these guys. And it's going to be a 2 and a 3 is going to be a 5 to 12, 1 to 3 odds with a 4, nothing. And that's going to be German turn. Yeah, I should have moved this guy down and tried to take him there. Oh well, next turn. Oh, he's in the hills, so I can't overrun him. Let's see. So that means the Russians get to go. We're still here, and we're going to do our usual 6 or 12 doubled to 24 against 24 1 to 1 odds with a 6, nothing. And down here, he's got a range of 10, but I wonder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, he's off by 1, and this guy's in a ditch. So, okay, here he's here, but I think you can see from the hilltop down into the ditch. So he's got 3 to 24, not enough. This guy's got 5, 1, 2, 3. Oh, he can't. Yeah, this guy's a spotter. So this guy can fire. Hold on, we've got some possibilities here. This guy will move, so we can do our 6, 7, 8, 9. A mortar at half range. Okay, yeah, he's within half range. 7, 8, 9. And then this guy's got 12, but that's actually comes out to be 24. So 24 and 9 is going to be 33 to 24. It's going to be 1 to 1 odds. Let me see if there's any gullies. And I think we can fire gully to gully adjacent. So it's 1-to-1 odds. I get a 6, so nothing. Okay. And then now we can make our movements. This guy's going to go 4. He's going to go over here. And I think I'll move here. This guy's going to move 1, 2, 3. He's going to move into here and here. These guys will cat attack. We've got this guy. He's already done his attack. Going to move there. Those guys are going to stay put. Okay. Going down through our cat attacks here, I've got a 8, 16 to 16 to 12, 1-to-1, -1, 2. I think that's enough to 1-to-1 -2 is a D, so we will disperse these guys. And then we can take stuff off. Okay, and there we go. And that's the Russian turn. We go to turn 6. At this point, I think it's going to be worth trying to do an overrun here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And oops, hold on, start over. I always get to thinking of one thing, and it's always I always think move, attack. No, it's attack, move. That's kind of how it goes here. So let's start with firing. So these guys are going to stay put. I'm going to move those guys, but everybody else is going to fire, and it's going to again be a 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, to 17. So 1-to-1 -1 is a 4, nothing. Okay, those guys have all fired. These guys can fire, and they're going to fire at a 21 to 12. No, 21 to 2. Oh, wow. Okay, I got those guys. So it's going to be 6-to-1, and actually it's going to be doubled. So that's pretty much destroys these guys. Let's see. That's going to be 21, 42, or 21 to 3. Even, and again, I think you could actually, they would defend with these guys being infantry. So that would have, no matter how you slice it, it's still going to be, let's try to do that. Let's try to figure this out. So it's going to be 7, 7, and 7. And then these guys are going to defend as I, or trucks. Because you go with, if it's even, it goes to the defender. So let's pull the chart. Here's the chart. So we have A, and it's up against trucks, which is going to be halved. So they're going to be at 3, 6, 9, 2, 3. So it comes out to be 3-to-1 odds. Let's roll it with a 3. 3-to-1 with a 3 is an X. So didn't matter in the long run, but get it right. Okay. Well, that actually kind of hurt the Russians, and you can't advance after combat in this, which is kind of weird. Okay, now I can do our move things. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and do our overrun. And this overrun is going to be a 21 to 16. It's 1-to-1, but I'm going to make it 2-to-1 -2. And I get a 0, 2-to-1, 0. So it eliminates him. And then we have cat attacks. 3, 6 to 17, 1 to 3 odds with a 4 is nothing. Okay, and that ends the German turn. And here I was saying, how do you win this as the Germans? I might actually win this. So again, I think the thing to do is, as the Russians, is just stay put. You do better just stay in put. So okay, down here, again, I can make my cat attack, but not really needing to do anything else. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These guys are in range. Don't know if it's going to do much, but oh, these guys are spotters. Okay, this will work. I didn't think of this. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to try to. I'm going to pop in on this unit here, and I've got a 5. And then this 12 is going to be a 6. So that's going to be a 5 and a 6 is an 11. And then this is another 6. So that's 17 to 8. So I've got 2 to 1 odds. And I roll a 2. So that's going to disperse this guy. Okay, down here, a 10. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, just out of range. Over here, he's got a 12, and he can see him. Don't have enough odds. Okay, and over here, nothing. Okay. Now I can make my moves. This move here was, if I try to make a run for it, I'm going to get destroyed. So we're going to go here, and actually I'm going to go back over here. Oh, he's in. Ah! I can go 1, 2, 3. Let's. And then 1 here. We'll move here. Oh, I can't move there. Okay. Ooh. I think I just opened myself up for another overrun here. Let's stay put right where we're at. At least I can't be overrun. He can still fire on me and tear me apart, but I'm going to go unload here. This guy will move 1. Cat attack here, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. Okay. Okay, cat attacks is going to be a 8, 16 to 12, 1 to 1, minus or plus 1 is a 5, nothing. And I think that's it. So that ends their turn. We go to turn track 7. We're on turn 7. There's a couple guys that do a video of this that is really good. They have a real good banter with them. I mean, with me, you just got me kind of sitting here just playing solitaire, so it's not nearly as entertaining. I can't really have a lot of banter with myself, but okay. He's going to be best firing on this guy because he's in a cart. So up here, I guess we're going to fire again. I think everybody will fire at this guy. So we'll do that firing. We'll fire here. Here, a cat attack's going to work. And then down here, I think we'll just go up. Yeah, man, this guy's got 16. That's tough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that 7, 8, 9? Oh, hold on. I'm doing it again, moving before I do firing. Okay, let's do fire. Let's resolve fire, and we're gonna have everybody pour fire in on this. So it's gonna be it's gonna be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 to, let's just go for the 16. So 1 to 1, and they get the +1. So we get a 1, 2. You know, that slows him down. Okay. Over here I'm firing, and I'm firing at a 7, 14, 21. Actually, that's going to be 3, 6, 9. But actually, oh, these guys are on a slope, so hold on, I'm not going to fire with those guys. It's a move and move. Okay, now I'm going to move. Nobody can move here because they've all fired. Here I'm going to move here, and so next turn I can take advantage of the slope. Hopefully, this guy's going to get away from me, but that's okay. And then here we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. 8's as far as I can go. Okay. Okay, then we have 1 cat attack down here, and he's going to go 3 to 12. That's 1 to 4 with a 1, and that's going to be a 1 to 4 with a 1. Nothing. Okay. Take off my dispersals. And take my moves, and it's time for the Soviets to go. Well, we're going to try to get away here. Oops, let's see about any firing. I think I moved and unloaded here, so I can fire this turn with 3 to 8, 1 to 3. We're just going to go against the top one. Here, six to 8, 1 to 2. Oh, that's right. Okay. So I'm going to fire on infantry. So that's going to be 12, and that's halved to 6. And the other 6 is 12 to 8, 1 to 1 odds. With a 2 is a dispersal of this guy. Okay, they fired. This guy can't fire. This guy can't fire. This guy's going to move. This guy can fire, and he's going to fire at one of these guys. So he's got a 3 to 8, 1 to 3 odds with a 3, nothing. Down here, I'm going to fire with a 3 to 8, again, 1 to 3 odds with a 4, nothing. And nobody else can fire. Okay, now I can do our moves. I'm going to move across here, and I'm going to move this guy out. This guy's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. And can't go into that hex. We'll move back here. move forward here. Don't really have anywhere else to go. Okay, that's it for our moves. Any unloading? No. Okay, cat attacks here are going to be your 8, and 8 is 16 to 8, 2-to-1 odds. And it's a 2-to-1 minus 1 is a 1. 2-to-1, 1. Oh, that's an X. Oh, wait, hold on. Nope, it's not right. Okay, I went with an 8, and 8 is 16, and I forgot the other guy, so it's 16 to 12. So 1-to-1 minus 2 plus 1 is 1-to-1 minus 1, and I had a 2, so I got a 1, and it would be a DD. Okay, dispersal. And I think that's all the Russians can do. I don't know if I took that. So we'll disperse him, undisperse him. We'll put move on. We'll put the turn track to 8. Okay, firing. We'll do our usual up here. Here, this is a clear terrain hex. I think as long as this is clear terrain, you can go through it. So I could go 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. I think I can do that. Let me know down below if that's kosher, but I think I can. I think I can go 1, 2, and I think I discussed that in the errata. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we'll do that. But first, we got to do our fire combat. And then down here, he can fire right into that. So I think we will. I think we'll fire here. And we'll fire up here. Let's start with this usual. At least we can keep this guy down. So 2 and 8, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And 1-to-1. And we get a 2. And a 1-to-1, 2 is a D. So disrupted or dispersed. Okay, then firing here. I've got a 7, 14, 21 to, we're just going to fire at that mortar, and 21 to 3, except with our weapons, armor against a mortar is going to be half. So that's actually 3, 6, 9 to 3. And that's going to be 3-to-1 plus 1. We get a 4. 3-to-1 with a 4 is a DD. Close. So he's dispersed, and this guy's been fired. Okay. Okay, this guy goes now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be a 21 to 3. They do it at full strength. So 21 to 3 is 7-to-1 odds. So that's going to just roll right over him. So he's gone. To graveyard. Okay. No more cat attacks. So that's it for the German turn. Let's go with the Russians. This guy's dispersed. Let's see. Any chance of firing? Nothing there. We go back to here, and this guy we can undisperse. He can't fire. Don't think I can fire there. He might be able to fire across. Oh, he can't because he can't do that. Okay, we can do our cat attacks down here. Those guys are good. So nothing, I don't think there's any firing I can do. This guy's he's not in line of sight. But we'll do the usual. Guy's going to unload. He's going to move and move out of hex. This guy's going to move into hex. This guy's going to he can, okay, so here's what we can do here. We can move 1, 2, 3. We go here, 2, 3, move into the woods and unload, thus saving my butt from a overrun. Okay, and that's about all I think I can do. I could fire here and get it dispersed. I guess that was the other thing I could have done with here. So I'll go ahead and do that. I've got the usual 6, 12 to 8, 1 to 1, and 6, nothing. Okay. Now down here, make a big cat attack. Make it bigger. So we got 8, and then 16, 21, to 12. Well, it didn't really help. 1 to 2 minus 1 is a 4, nothing. And I think that's all that we can do. So we can take our dispersed off here. And we can take our dispersed off here. And let's see, anything else? Okay, take our move and go to turn track 9. Okay. He's in the woods. We really need to take this guy out. I think we can do it. So we're going to move here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll move in here. Oops. Let's do our... We got to go through the procedures right. Okay, let's start up here. The other thing I tend to do is when I'm playing this, I tend to kind of divide these out into little separate battles and then resolve a battle and move on down. And you can't do that. So we'll go through the usual. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, to 17, 1 to 1 with a 2. Is going to be a DD. And it maybe I should be trying to do that and then do a cat attack, but I don't think I'm going to have, I've only got 6 points, so it'd be a 1 to 3 odds. What would I need? 1 to 3, I would need to roll a 1 to get a DD and take him out, and I'd have to disperse it. So yeah, I've only got a 1 in 6 chance. I mean, there's a chance. That's the only way I could actually take this guy out, so... Okay. Here we're going to do cat attack, and here we're going to move into position here and here. Okay, cat attack here is going to be a 3 to 13, 1 to 4. With a 5 is a 4, nothing. And that is it for turn for the Germans. Any dispersals? Nope. Okay. Russians get to go, and I'm going to stay put here. And let's see here. I could fire. I think we're going to go ahead and fire 3. This guy can't see him. This guy can't see him. That guy can be seen. That's 3 to... Let's hold on a second. Yeah, I could fire on him. I think I've been forgetting that. Okay, so we've got 3 to 8. But it's halved, so it's 1 to 8. Oh, we can't. Okay, there we go. Over here, I can fire 3 to 8. That's a 1 to 3. With a 4, that's going to be nothing. So that's all my firing. Here, over here I could do my usual 12. And 6 is 18 to 8. 2 to 1. With a 3 is a DD, so he's dispersed. Okay. And then over here, we've done everything there. Okay, now we do our cat attacks. Nothing and moves. Cat attacks here, moves here. Maybe I'll try to move in here. I may be able to get something. Okay. Cat attacks here are going to be 8. It's 21 to 12, 1 to 1 with 5, nothing. Okay. And we remove our dispersals. And I think that's it. Okay, Germans get to go. Usual up here. Let's just see. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, that's what. And then 16, 17. I could do 1 to 1 and then a cat attack. So, but I only have 3. Anyway, it's going to be 1 to 1 with a 3 is a dispersal. Okay, down here we're going to fire into the woods here. I've got 21, or actually that's 3, 6, 9, 18, and we're going to go 18 to 3, 6 to 1, so that will, 6 to 1, we roll 5, 6, okay, yeah. Got to remember that even at 4 to 1 or better odds, if they're in the woods, they could get that extra point and they could save themselves, but so he's gone to graveyard. And we'll leave the cart. There's no reason to go after the cart. So, okay. Cat attack here, and 8 to 13, 1 to 2, 4. Minus 2, so 1 to 2 with a 2 is a dispersal. Right? Yeah, that's 8 to 13. Yeah, 1 to 2 minus 2 is it? Yeah, it's a 4 is 2. Okay, dispersed. I don't know if I've been playing that right. Okay. And that's it for the German turn. We go with the Russian. Oops. Russian turn. Nothing there. Again, I can fire up here a 18. 18 to 8, 2 to 1 with a 3. DD. Down here, no firing, no firing. We tried that, yeah, it didn't work. Okay, and then we do our moves. He's going to run away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there, just to keep him something to do. He can stay there. And those guys. Okay, so we got a cat attack here of 13 to 12. 1 to 1. Minus 1 is a 5, so nothing there. And nothing up there. And we can remove our dispersals. And we can take our move, and we can go to turn track, and this is the final turn of the game. Man, if I had one more turn, I could move against these guys. But I can't. So no spotter, nothing there. And so we'll go ahead and do our typical 1-to-1 here with a 1. And actually is a 2 because he's in the woods. So 1-1 with the 2 is a D. Dispersed. These guys can't do anything. They can't really even fire or anything. So that's pretty much over for them. Here we have a our 3 to 13. I think I did this one wrong. I did this as an 8. Okay, that's what I did here with this. I used the defense value in that last turn. So if you caught that I was using a defense value instead of the other value. So I was wondering why did it. So he doesn't even have enough to at 13. He's got 3 to 13. Yeah, he doesn't have 1 to 4. I wondered what was going on with that, and now I know. Okay, here. Let's see. That's it for the German turn. Okay. We go to the Russian turn, and I don't think there's much I can do. I could try to, we can try to do I could try to fire on him and then see if I could get a DD, but let's just see if we can do that. So I've got a 8 and 5. Okay, I'm going to go with the 5, and I'm going to go against the 8. So it's 1 to 2 odds. I get a 3 at 1 to 2. Nothing. Okay, and then I could try a cat attack, but I wouldn't be able to eliminate him. So that would be 2 to 1 odds. Wait, 8 and 8 is 16 to 8. No, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1 to 1 odds. There's no way I can eliminate him. So, yeah, I'd have to get a 1 minus 1 because he's in the woods, so it would just give me a 0. So I think that's about it. Let's just see if the Russians are able to have kept a line here. Now, I don't know whether the dispersed units count towards that or not. I'm going to say that because they're dispersed, I don't think I'm going to allow. I don't think the dispersal is going to influence it. That's what I'm trying to say here. So, like I say, a lot of errors playing that. Again, to you guys that are following along, just realize I'm trying to get this game down here. I'm enjoying it. It's an enjoyable game to play, but it's easy to make mistakes. Again, another thing I tend to do is I tend to look at that defense value and think it's a attack value sometimes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, nothing there. Here I have a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I can follow it through to here. This guy's got a 5. And 3, 4, 5. Actually, here with a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that would get these guys in. And then he's got a 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, and then actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know how line of sight would even figure in on this either. I think it's a little unclear. And then there's nothing here. So the biggest gap, 1, 2, 3, would be here, and I know that's covered. And then there's a big gap here, and he's got a 10, so he's got a range of 10, so that's covered. So I don't think the Germans would have any way of... Yeah, I don't think the Germans would have any way of making it through. So I think the Russians won that one. Anyway, it's kind of an interesting one. I think the biggest mistakes I made as the Russians were to even move. I think I would have been better off just staying in place, because if you go to the killed in action thing, there's one German unit was removed. I guess we took out some Russian units, but that was mostly, again, because I tried to move out a little bit. I might have set some back in case if I was against a better German player in this. Anyway, that's what I got. I really appreciate all you guys watching these. It's really nice to see all the support that I've gotten from you. And I'll let you go, and we will be back in a couple weeks. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.